and stunning facts about Neptune. Fact number 1. Neptune is the most distant planet. Cold, windy, and dark. This is how you can describe Neptune because this planet is the most distant from the Sun. But everything is even more complicated when it comes to Neptune. When it was first discovered in 1846, Neptune became the most distant planet in the solar system. But then in 1930, Pluto was discovered, and Neptune became the second most distant planet. But Pluto's orbit is very elliptical, and so there are periods when Pluto actually orbits closer to the Sun than Neptune. The last time this happened was in 1979, which lasted until 1999. During that period, Neptune was again the most distant planet. This fact leads us to the next one. Neptune is the coldest planet in the solar system. Fact number 2. Neptune is the coldest planet in the solar system. No wonder Neptune is the coldest because it is so far away from the Sun. At the top of its clouds, temperatures on Neptune can dip down to 51.7 Kelvin or negative 221.45 degrees Celsius or negative 366.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's almost 3 times the coldest temperature ever recorded here on Earth, which was negative 89.2 degrees Celsius or negative 129 degrees Fahrenheit, which means that an unprotected human being would flash freeze in a second. Pluto gets colder, experiencing temperatures as low as 33 Kelvin or negative 240 degrees Celsius or negative 400 degrees Fahrenheit. But then again, Pluto isn't a planet anymore, remember? Although you probably want to ask about the strong winds that occur on the planet, and this is the next thing we're going to talk about. Fact number 3. Neptune has the strongest winds in the solar system. If you think that a hurricane is scary, think twice. Imagine a hurricane with winds that go up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. As you can probably imagine, scientists are puzzled how an icy cold planet like Neptune can get its cloud tops to move so fast. One idea is that the cold temperatures and the flow of fluid gases in the planet's atmosphere might reduce friction to the point that it's easy to generate winds that move so quickly. Moving on to the next fact. Fact number 4 is the smallest of the gas giants. Neptune is a giant, but at the same time, the planet is the smallest of the gas giants, with an equatorial radius of only 24,764 kilometers. Neptune is smaller than all the other gas giants in the solar system, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. But here's the funny thing. Neptune is actually more massive than Uranus by about 18%. Since it's smaller but more massive, Neptune has a much higher density than Uranus. In fact, at 1.638 grams per cubic centimeter, Neptune is the densest gas giant in the solar system. Even though Neptune is so distant and cold, its gravity is almost Earth-like. Number 5. Neptune's surface gravity is almost Earth-like. Neptune is a ball of gas and ice, probably with a rocky core. There is no way you could actually stand on the surface of Neptune without just sinking in. However, if you could stand on the surface of Neptune, you would notice something amazing. The force of gravity pulling you down is almost exactly the same as the force of gravity you feel walking here on Earth. The gravity of Neptune is only 17% stronger than Earth's gravity. That's actually the closest to Earth's gravity in the solar system. Neptune has 17 times the mass of Earth, but is also 4 times larger. This means its greater mass is spread out over a larger volume, and down at the surface, the pull of gravity would be almost identical, except for the part where you wouldn't stop sinking, but it could be fun just to be there. But what if you decide to visit Neptune and it will turn out that it doesn't exist? There's a big chance of it, actually, because the discovery of Neptune is still questionable. Fact number 6. The discovery of Neptune is still a controversy. We're just kidding because the controversy is not about the planet's existence, but about who should be credited for discovering Neptune. The first person to have seen Neptune was likely Galileo, who marked it as a star in one of his drawings. However, since he did not identify it as a planet, he is not credited with the discovery. The credit goes to French mathematician Urbain Le Verrier and the English mathematician John Couch Adams, both of whom predicted that a new planet known as Planet X would be discovered in a specific region of the sky. When astronomer Johann Gottfried Galle actually found the planet in 1846, both mathematicians took credit for the discovery. English and French astronomers battled over who made the discovery first, and there are still defenders of each claim to this day. Today, the consensus among astronomers is that Leverrier and Adams deserve equal credit for the discovery. Here, we have another discovery that we can't wait to share with you. Neptune is probably captured by its largest moon. Fact number 7. Neptune probably captured its largest moon, Triton. It may sound kind of scary, but Neptune's largest moon, Triton, has probably captured the planet. It circles Neptune in a retrograde orbit, and it basically means that it orbits the planet backward relative to Neptune's other moons. This is seen as an indication that Neptune probably captured Titan, i.e., the moon didn't form in a place like the rest of Neptune's moons. Triton is locked into a synchronous rotation with Neptune and is slowly spiraling inward towards the planet. At some point, billions of years from now, Triton will likely be torn apart by Neptune's gravitational forces and become a magnificent ring around the planet. This ring will be pulled inward and crash into the planet. It is too bad that such an event will be happening so very long from now, because it would be amazing to watch. Want to know more interesting facts? Subscribe to our channel and we'll get you covered with the most incredible information about all the things you like. See you in the next video.